your favorite Disney movies, Dark Origins. I heard about a few of them that had like mad, like the real story. The original story was mad crazy, and then the Disney changed it. Like which one was it? Was it the girl that meets the little people, the gnomes or something, and she sleeps? I heard that story is mad dark in real life. Like the real story, the original one is mad dark, bro. Anyway, let's get this shit started.
The Little Mermaid. Disney's The Little Mermaid tells the story of Ariel,
Yeah,
a young mermaid who dreams of life on land. She makes a deal with the Sea Witch, loses her voice,
that's not a good
undergoes
idea.
a magical transformation, and ultimately wins Prince Eric's love, happily ever after. But
Okay,
the original
what's the
story by H.C. Andersen, it's a dark tragedy of pain and sacrifice. In the original,
yeah?
the mermaid's longing isn't just for love, it's for a human soul.
Oh,
Mermaids live for
alright. This already. What the fuck? This took a hella dark turn, man. What the hell?
hundreds of years, but when they die, they simply vanish into sea foam.
Damn.
Humans, however, are granted eternal souls.
Okay.
To obtain one, a human must love her, and she him, binding a piece of his soul to hers. After
Wow,
saving the
that's
prince's life
crazy.
and falling in love with him, the mermaid decides that she wants to be human. She seeks out the sea witch. The cost? Excruciating pain
Her
and her
tongue?
tongue.
Oh
Oh,
my
and she must
god.
marry the prince. If not, she will dissolve into sea foam the morning after his wedding.
What the fuck is this? What in turn?
The
What the
mermaid
hell?
accepts, leaving her family and former life behind. When she drinks the sea witch's potion, it feels like a sword is piercing her body.
What?
Every step she takes on land feels like walking on knives, and her feet
What?
bleeds terribly. She is taken in by the prince and dances for him despite the unbearable pain. But he
Oh.
never falls in love with her. Instead, he marries a princess, believing
Oh.
she's the one who saved him. The sea witch offers the mermaid a way out, and her sisters brings her the tool, a dagger.
Wait,
If
what?
she kills the prince and let the blood drip on her feet, she can return to the ocean.
Bro,
But she
this is hella dark. What the absolute fuck? Who wrote this? Who the hell wrote this shit, man? God damn, his mind is dark as hell. How do you come up with this?
cannot get
What
herself to
the
kill the
fuck?
man she loves, so she throws herself into the sea, dissolving into foam.
Wow.
And yet, Anderson offers a final twist.
Which
Instead
is
of disappearing, the mermaid becomes a daughter of the air, earning a second chance. If
a
she does
daughter is the air.
good deeds for 300 years, she will finally receive a soul. Pinocchio.
Okay, that's the ending was not bad, but the story is messed up, bro. Yo, she got legs, but each and every time she takes a step, it's like daggers are her feet. Like, god damn. Nah, this man got some problems, bro. What the fuck is wrong with him? Why did he write this?
Disney's Pinocchio is a story of growth and redemption. A wooden puppet, eager to be
Yeah.
real, learns the values of honesty and
And
bravery.
truth. Yeah.
Sure, he stumbles. Pleasure Island, Stromboli, a monstrous whale. But with Jiminy Cricket guiding him, he proves himself worthy and earns his humanity.
Okay.
But in Carlo Collodi's original Pinocchio,
This already
was
looks
no
bad.
happy end.
Oh my god. I, I was like, this already looks bad, and then this pops up. I'm god damn.
Pinocchio isn't just mischievous, he's rotten. From the moment
Oh,
Geppetto
wow.
carves him, he mocks and mistreats his creator. He steals, lies, and ignores every warning.
What the fuck
And-
is wrong with him? Wait. What the actual fuck is wrong with him though? Why is he doing this?
His first encounter with the talking cricket, he smashes it with a hammer.
Oh wow.
Geppetto teaches Pinocchio to walk, and he immediately runs away, which gets Geppetto arrested for allegedly mistreating the puppet.
Oh
When
my
Geppetto is finally
God.
released, he sells his only coat to buy Pinocchio a schoolbook.
Bro,
But does
what?
Pinocchio go to school? Of course not. Instead, he gets into even more trouble. He sells the book to get a ticket for a puppet show. He is
What a
nearly burned
dickhead,
alive
bro.
and later nearly fried in a pan. And
How
then
did this happen?
his choices finally catch up to him. He falls in with two criminals, the fox and the cat, who lead him deep into the woods. There, they bind his arms, slip a noose around his neck, and hang him from a tree.
That is crazy.
Pinocchio is dead. The
Now,
end.
What the
Or at
fuck?
least,
Oh,
that's how it was supposed to end.
what do you
Collodi originally intended the story of a puppet as a warning against bad behavior.
Yeah, that
But
kinda
readers
makes sense.
protested they wanted more. His publisher pressured him to continue the story.
Why do they want more? He got what he deserved. Why do they want more? He got what he deserved, bro. What the fuck?
So Collodi pulled a deus ex machina, introducing the Blue Fairy to save Pinocchio.
This
From
some
there,
bullshit,
his
bro.
misfortunes continue. He turned into a donkey. He nearly drowned and was later swallowed by a monstrous fish.
So
But
he
this
still
time,
dies.
he changes. He learns. He sacrifices. And
Okay,
finally,
yeah.
after proving himself, he becomes a real boy, Snow White.
This is
Disney's
some bullshit.
Snow
Oh yeah, this is the one I heard about. I don't remember
White
exactly.
and the Seven Dwarfs
but I
is a
heard about
classic
it.
fairy tale of good triumphing over evil. A
Yeah, with
jealous
the
queen,
witch.
a poisoned apple,
queen-
and a
yeah,
true
yeah.
love's kiss that brings
Get
Snow
this
White
shit out
back
my
to
face,
life.
bro.
But in
Ain't
the
no
original
fucking truth.
Brothers Grimm story, there is a bit more torture.
Important to know, the stories published by the Brother Grimm were not originally made up by them. They were old folk tales passed through generation. Grimms were the first to collect, write them down, and publish them. Yeah, because I heard that they rule a lot of these.
And cannibalism. The queen
Wait, what
isn't
did you
just
say,
vain, she's a monster.
Who is the first?
When the magic mirror tells her Snow White is more beautiful, she orders the huntsman to carve out her lungs and liver and bring them back as proof.
What? Bro, what the fuck? What is going on, bro?
Oh, and she also intends to eat them. The huntsman spares Snow White, who
Oh
finds
my
refuge with
God.
the dwarfs. But the queen doesn't just try once. She tries 3 times to kill her. First, she laces Snow White's corset so tight that she suffocates. The dwarfs cut her free just in time.
She kind of
Next,
stupid,
she
though.
places a poisoned comb in her hair,
Bruh.
knocking her unconscious. Again, the dwarfs save her. Then comes the apple.
Oh, these.
This time,
she's stupid,
Snow White
bro.
doesn't wake up. The dwarfs place her in a glass coffin, believing she is dead.
Oh, wow.
But forget the true love's kiss.
What
The
happens?
prince has nothing to do with her revival. In the Grimm version, the prince becomes so obsessed with her that he carries the coffin everywhere. That is, until one of his servants, fed up with carrying her around,
What the fuck? Yo, I'm getting more and more, bro, weirded out by this. What the fuck is going on?
smacks Snow White on the back. The jolt dislodges the poisoned apple from her throat, and she wakes up. The
Oh.
prince, overjoyed, promptly asks her to marry
Man,
him.
give him some money, bro. Give this man some money, bro. Give this nigga some money, bro.
Snow White accepts. And the queen? She doesn't just fall off a cliff. At Snow White's wedding, she tries to kill Snow White once again.
Again? Bro,
The prince,
It
fed up with her
cannot be
antics,
that deep, bro. It cannot be that deep. 4 attempts to kill him. Come on, man. It cannot be that deep.
forces the queen to wear burning hot iron shoes and dance until she
What?
collapses and dies. Sleeping Beauty. Disney's Sleeping Beauty is
Yo, I got goosebumps, bro. My arm is full of goosebumps, man. This shit is getting crazier by the minute. Each and every story is crazier than the first one was the craziest. The story of the Little Mermaid, that's been the craziest still, bro. That one is
the tale of romance and magic. A princess cursed to sleep for 100 years, awakened by true love's kiss.
Man, get this
The
bullshit
evil
out my
fairy
face.
is vanquished, and Aurora dances into her happily ever after.
It's
And for once,
bullshit,
the
bro.
Brothers Grimm version
The
is
Grimm-
nearly identical.
Again, them, I told you, they are behind a lot of these dark ass stories, bro.
Their little Briar Rose follows the trajectory: royal birth, a curse, spindle, century-long sleep, and a prince arriving just in time.
Okay.
Good job, Disney. Well, except for one thing.
What
The
happened?
Grimm tale isn't the original. It's based on a French fairy tale by Charles Perrault. And
Okay.
Perrault? He borrowed from an even older and darker Italian story
Oh,
called
fucking
Sun,
hell.
Moon, and Talia by Giambattista Basile. At Talia's birth, Astrologers predict that her downfall will come from a splinter of flax.
What?
Terrified, her father bans all flax, hemp, and spinning materials from the kingdom. But
Okay.
one day, a peddler woman, completely unaware of this royal decree, spins flax right outside the castle.
Oh,
Curious,
she's gonna
Talia
get killed.
invites the woman into the castle.
She's
She
gonna
touches
get
the spindle,
executed, bro.
gets a splinter under her nail, and immediately drops dead.
I should.
Heartbroken, her father abandons her
Oh,
body in a distant palace and leaves her
What?
there.
That doesn't
Then,
even
one
make sense.
day, a king from a neighboring land stumbles upon her.
No.
Struck by her beauty, he tries to wake her. When that fails, he carried her to a bed where he gathered the first fruits of love.
Oh my god. This...
Yeah. 9 months later, Talia gives birth to twins.
How? Oh my god. This shit is nasty, bro. What's wrong with him? Who writes this, bro? God damn.
Sun and Moon. One of the babies, trying to nurse, sucks the flax splinter from her finger. Talia
And she
awakes
wakes
and is
up.
happy but confused
Oh.
to see her children. Then Mr. Predator returns. He sees Talia awake and casually explains what he did. Instead of
Oh
her running
my
away
God.
screaming, their friendship was knitted with tighter bonds. Okay.
What did you just fucking say? What did you just fucking say? You've been asleep for I don't know how much time. You wake up, you have 2 kids, you found out you had 2 kids you didn't agree to have. Bro, man, what? Oh my god, bro.
Sherbazil, why not? The king stays with Talia for a time before he has to return home to his wife.
It gets worse. It gets worse, bro. What the fuck is this story, man?
His wife, suspicious of his constant hunting trips, discovers the truth.
Oh,
Furious,
she's fucked.
she orders the children to be kidnapped and cooked
Oh.
into a meal for her husband.
Oh my jeez,
Luckily-
bro, what the what the absolute fuck is going on?
The cook hides the children and serves the king some lamb instead.
Oh, good
Next,
job, bro.
the queen sends for Talia. She accuses her of stealing her husband and orders her to be burned
Alright,
alive.
man, this is some bullshit, bro. How you gonna blame your husband? The bitch was asleep. She didn't agree to none of this to begin with, bro. She was asleep. She got nothing to do with this. If you want to kill someone, kill your husband. Cause this lady didn't do shit, bro. Literally.
The greedy queen, coveting Talia's fine garments, orders her to remove her clothes first. With every piece of clothing, Talia cries out in grief. The king hears Talia's screams and goes to her, where his wife tells him that Talia will be burned and that he has unknowingly eaten his own children. Enraged, he throws his wife into the fire. The cook is next in line, but surprise, he reveals that he saved the children. Everyone rejoices. Talia and the king marry, and the cook is rewarded.
What?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you write a fairy tale.
That ain't
The
no
Hunchback.
fucking fairy tale, bro. Let's make this clear. This is not a fairy tale. This is a horror story, bro. What the? I don't. You know what, bro? This shit's some
Back of Notre
stupid,
Dame.
bro.
Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of its darkest films. Religious corruption, cruelty, and persecution, all
Yeah.
wrapped in stunning animation. But in the end, justice prevails,
this is
Quasimodo
crazy.
triumphs, and the villains fall. However, Victor Hugo's original
I can already
1831
tell
novel
he wrote something evil. Look at him. You look at him. I can tell already that he's gonna be crazy. This shit gonna be evil as
does
fuck.
not offer a happily ever after. Quasimodo is still a deformed, half-blind bell ringer of Notre Dame, abandoned as a baby and raised by the cold and obsessive archdeacon, Claude Frollo. Like in the movie, Frollo becomes consumed with lust for Esmeralda, a young Roma dancer. When she rejects him, he tries to have her executed. Quasimodo also falls in love with her, but to Esmeralda, their relationship is strictly platonic.
I mean, I
Her
get
heart
it.
belongs
Makes
to
sense.
Captain Phoebus, a handsome soldier. But in Hugo's version, Phoebus is a womanizer who
There
only
we go
toys with
again.
Esmeralda's feelings.
There you go.
One night, Frollo stabs Phoebus in a jealous rage, and Esmeralda is blamed.
What?
Tortured, she confesses to a crime she didn't commit and is sentenced to death. Frollo offers her a way out: submit to him or die. she chooses death. Quasimodo
sense.
rescues her from the gallows and hides her in the cathedral under sanctuary. But Frollo breaks in and tries to assault her. Failing that, he traps her with a reclusive nun, who turns out to be Esmeralda's mother. Her baby was stolen and replaced with a deformed child, which explains how Quasimodo ended up at the cathedral in the first place.
What the
An unwanted Roma baby switched with the only friend he ever had. The two women share a brief, joyful reunion before the king's men arrive. Her mother clings to her all the way to the gallows. When she is thrown aside, she dies from the fall.
What?
Esmeralda
Oh my
is
God.
hanged. Quasimodo, heartbroken and enraged, throws Frollo off the cathedral to
Makes
his death.
sense to me.
With
Makes
nothing
sense
left to
me.
live for, Quasimodo vanishes and is never seen again. Years later, two skeletons are found in the charnel house, locked in an embrace, implying that Quasimodo had sought Esmeralda among the decaying corpses and laid down to die while holding her.
That
When
is some-
separated, the bones crumble to dust.
that is something
Tarzan.
else.
Disney's Tarzan is a story of adventure.
I don't want to listen to this no more, bro. I don't want to listen to this. My childhood is being fucking ripped apart. I wasn't really watching Disney movies. I was watching the anime though, so it's not that bad. But still, I know a lot of these movies, bro. Like I know Tarzan. Who doesn't know that shit? What are they gonna do, bro? God damn, the curiosity is there, but at the same time, I don't want to see my childhood ruined, man. What the fuck is going on?
Adventure, love, and self-discovery. A boy raised by apes, torn between two worlds, ultimately choosing the jungle and the woman he loves. It's heartwarming and, of course, completely sanitized.
What?
Because the original 1912 novel, Tarzan of the Apes, by Edgar Rice Burroughs,
Oh, yeah, it's
is
gonna be-
brutal,
Oh, yeah, I
tragic,
kinda knew.
and much, much darker.
Here we go.
Tarzan's aristocratic parents, John and Alice Clayton, are marooned on the African coast. They manage to build themselves a wooden cabin in the jungle.
Okay.
However, a year later, Alice dies of insanity, leaving John to
That's
raise their
crazy.
infant son alone.
That's crazy.
Then the apes attack.
I wasn't trying to
In-
do it. I just said that's crazy because it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
In the novel, Kerchak isn't a grumpy father figure. He's a bloodthirsty killer. He
That's
murders
a-
Tarzan's
that's a real
father
ape.
and turns on the child. But Kala, a grieving she-ape who lost her own child, snatches the human baby and raises him as her own. She
Okay.
names him Tarzan, White Ape.
How the hell did she
Tarzan
do that?
doesn't grow up swinging to Phil Collins bangers. He's an outcast, constantly fighting for survival. Smaller
Makes sense. He's a human. It makes sense.
and weaker than the apes, he relies on his intelligence. Finding his parents' cabin, he teaches himself to read and write English.
Oh, he's smart.
And he learns how to use tools. He begins to understand that he is a human, which makes him
All right. That turned dark real quick.
feel superior to his ape family.
What?
However, when his adoptive mother is killed by a local African hunter, Tarzan hunts and torments the tribe, stealing their weapons and killing them for sport. The
Alright,
tribe
You know what? It kind of makes sense. Like even if it wasn't his real mother, she still raised him. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense for him to get some get back. You know. I'm just saying though.
fears him as a vengeful spirit. Later in the story, Tarzan kills his foster father, Tublat, and
What?
later he killed the lioness, Sabor.
Why? What the fuck? I was just giving you props for getting revenge, but now you kill your adopted dad too? Like, what's going on?
Tarzan's bragging sends Kerchak into a furious rage, so Tarzan offs him too. Tarzan then takes his place as king of the apes.
What is wrong with Tarzan, bro? How the fuck, what the fuck is wrong with him? What is wrong? Actually, I would actually kind of like to see this movie. This would be an actually interesting movie. I'm not gonna lie. This would be.
He is a just
interesting.
ruler, but everything changes when Jane arrives. She is marooned with her father and Tarzan's cousin, William Clayton, after a mutiny over lost treasure. Tarzan saves her multiple times, and she falls for him in the jungle. But when she's rescued and returns to America, everything changes. Determined to follow her, Tarzan finds the Spanish treasure, saves a Frenchman, and travels to America. But civilization is another world.
Yeah, it's
When
completely
Tarzan
different.
reunites with Jane in Baltimore, she is hesitant. the wild man who once saved her isn't as intriguing in a suit and tie.
Wow, that is crazy, bro. That is crazy, yo.
Just before he confesses his love, Jane accepts Clayton's proposal. Then comes a letter, proof that Tarzan is the true lord of the estate. If he speaks up, Clayton loses everything. But Tarzan says nothing. Instead, he lets Jane go, lets his cousin keep his fortune, and walks away from his inheritance, his name, and the woman he loves.
I mean,
Hercules.
it's not that deep, yo. Why would you ruin another man's life for a woman? Man, just go. If you don't want you because of that, bro, just go back to your trees and shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, come on, man. This is some bullshit. She didn't want you.
Disney's Hercules is a lighthearted adventure. A baby stolen from Olympus.
But the real
raised
legend of Hercules is dark. Not this shit, man. This is some
on
light
Earth
shit.
and destined to become a hero. With strength, charm, and a catchy soundtrack, he defeats Hades, rescues Meg, and earns his place among the gods. But the original Greek myth? It's a story of madness, murder, and brutal suffering.
Okay, maybe
First of
I
all,
don't know exactly
his name
what it
isn't
is.
even Hercules.
What?
The Greeks called him Heracles, meaning glory
Oh
of
yeah,
Hera.
Heracles, because it's actually Heracles. Yeah, it's Heracles, but
Ironically, Hera hated him.
yep.
Why?
Because she's the
Because
son of
Zeus,
Zeus
being-
that was going around clapping cheeks everywhere, leaving kids everywhere. Zeus is a madman, bro. Zeus going down to earth, he leaving so much kids everywhere, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I understand why his wife was mad. He had so many kids because he kept going and clapping cheeks on earth, bro.
Zeus couldn't keep it in his toga.
He couldn't.
Heracles was born from one of Zeus's countless affairs, so Hera made his
When he's saying countless, he means countless. There's too much of them.
life a living hell. As an infant, she sent snakes to kill Heracles in his crib. He
Yeah, but he
strangled
was
them
too
with his
strong.
bare hands.
Yeah.
But her revenge wasn't over. As an adult, Hera drove Heracles into madness, and in his frenzy,
didn't know
he
that.
slaughtered his own wife, Megara, and his own children. When he realized what he had done,
did not know
he
that.
was struck with grief, and he sought redemption. To atone, Heracles was sentenced to 12 impossible labors.
Yeah, the
These weren't
lion, the grabbing the what was his name? The place of that one guy that owns the world. I forgot what that is. The Nemean lion. Yeah, I did not. What is this? Cleaning the ocean, capturing it. What? Capturing and bringing back covers. Yeah, I know this. I don't know the rest.
on action sequences. They were grueling, near impossible tasks. He fought the Nemean lion, a
Yep.
giant lion
Kill
with
that
impenetrable skin. He battled the Hydra, a monster that grew 2 heads for everyone cut off.
Yep.
He cleaned the gigantic Augean stables in a single day.
I did not know
and
that one.
captured the 3-headed Cerberus,
Cerberus,
the
yeah,
guard
yeah,
of the underworld. Each labor more brutal
Yeah,
than the last.
this one. What was his name, bro? I keep forgetting. Yeah, he carried the world. Like, he took his place. I forgot what was his name, bro. I don't know.
But his suffering didn't end there.
Not
His new
really.
wife, Deianira, unknowingly poisoned him with a tunic drenched in Hydra's blood, believing it was a love charm. The pain was so excruciating, he built his own funeral pyre, jumped
the
in,
fuck?
and had his friend Philoctetes set it ablaze. His mortal side is consumed by the flames, and the divine half ascends Olympus.
I did not
Cinderella.
know this. What the fuck is this story, bro? What? That's the myth of Hercules? I did not know that. What the fuck?
Disney's Cinderella is one of the studio's most iconic fairy tales.
I mean, yeah.
Glass slippers, talking mice, a fairy godmother, and a happily ever after. But the Cinderella story is ancient. There are thousands of versions told across cultures,
Oh, wow.
from ancient Greece to China, and
What?
from Vietnam
What?
to Egypt.
What the fuck? There
Disney
ain't no
Cin-
glass slippers there.
Cinderella is based on the 1697 French version by Charles Perrault, and they stick pretty closely to the script. Again,
like
good
this.
job, Disney. But Perrault's version is the softened one.
Oh,
the
here
real
we
fun
go.
comes from the Brothers Grimm.
They always. Oh my god.
There is
these
no
mans.
fairy godmother here. Cinderella's mother dies, and on her deathbed, she tells Cinderella to remain kind and pious.
Don't do
Cinderella plants a tree on her
that.
mother's
What you should say is repay kindness with kindness and evil with evil. I'm just saying though.
grave and prays beneath it. White Doves answers her wishes, dropping down dresses of silver and gold.
Why?
Her father, still alive, but completely useless,
Yeah,
watching as she's abused and reduced to a servant in her own home. When the king announces a 3-day ball, the stepsisters mock her. She's allowed to go only if she can sort lentils from ashes, not once, but
Huh?
twice.
What?
She succeeds with help from the birds. At the ball, she dazzles the prince. By the third night, the prince is desperate to stop her from disappearing again, so he coats the palace stairs with tar. When Cinderella flees, her golden slipper gets stuck in the pitch.
What the fuck
When the
is
hopelessly
going on?
face-blind prince comes to find the girl who fits the slipper, the stepmother has a plan. She makes one stepsister cut off her toes.
Oh
The other slices off her
God.
heel. The prince is
Oh.
fooled twice, until the birds reveal the blood both times. When Cinderella finally tries the slipper, it fits. She's recognized as the mystery princess. But the stepsisters aren't done. At the wedding, they shamelessly try to worm their way into Cinderella's
How the
favor
fuck are y'all still walking, bro?
now that she's going to be queen. The white birds returns and peck out one eye each as a warning, a final chance to walk away. They don't take it, so the birds come back and peck out their remaining eyes. All right, that was the Disney origins. Let me know in the comments which
Oh, wow. Now, this was something else. I am absolutely shocked. I am absolutely shocked, bro. What the fuck was that, yo? Nah, bro. Oh, my God, bro. Oh, shit, man. Come on.